Hello, Dylan here with another weekly tarot reading. Before I begin, I'd just like to say that I hope you've all had a wonderful week. I know we've had a great one this week. A lot of community building, finishing off old projects so we can start onto new ones, and just enjoying some of the great people that we have around us and the great things that we have around us. This week's going to be an interesting one astrologically speaking, because we've got Jupiter moving from Aries to Taurus on Tuesday. Going to be moving from a more like self-focused energy to a more earthly energy. And this could bring some tension and some challenges, but it could also bring some great opportunities. It has the potential to be a week of ups and downs, but also a week where you can really excel if you put your mind to it. Also, from this reading onwards, I'm now working with the Giant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. So it's the same cards that you're all used to, just a little bit easier for you wonderful people out there to see. So anyway, on with the week's read. Well, the card just turned over there, so we'll take this as a bit of a focus for the week, as happens with these happy accidents. Here we have the Five of Swords, which can be a card that it can be to do with envy. It can also be to do with worrying about having lost something when actually you've got more than you lost. You see somebody holding three swords while looking at the two he's dropped and the people around him. That would suggest to me that we've got this overall theme this week, tying this card in with what's happening in the planets. That it's a time to, focus on what you have and not so much worry about other people, but just keep an eye on them. Be secure in your own power, but also look at what's out there. Now, putting that card aside, as it's just given us that wild card general theme for the week, now we'll start looking at the reading proper. Here we have Temperance, we have Death, and we have the Six of Cups. This is an interesting combination. Now, first of all, Temperance is a card of balance, of seeing both sides of things, relaxing, allowing things to flow, letting things reach their natural conclusion. Then we have Death, which is a card of endings and new beginnings. Maybe the end of something that you've been doing for a long time, like the successful end, then allowing you to move on to what you want to do next. Or maybe the ending of a certain energy around you, or something that you felt was weighing on you, and the end of that allowing you to move on to something new. And finally we have the Six of Cups, which is a card of family and happiness. Taking these three together under the banner of this theme that we already had suggests to me that this is a week very much of enjoying what you have, enjoying the people around you, letting things flow and balance, but also being aware that that big change is likely to come, and it's likely to be the big change that you were wanting. And it's something that even while you're allowing things to take the course, you can act upon. Maybe it won't take you to make it happen, but you can certainly shape the direction that it's going to happen in. You can certainly make changes for yourself, even if this bigger change is something that's inevitable. Now, bearing that in mind, let's just take three cards to give us more of an insight into how these changes can happen. First of all, we have the Five of Cups, then the Four of Cups, and finally the Three of Cups. Now, this is a very interesting, I would say coincidence, but we know it never really is a coincidence with the cards. To get a 6, a 5, a 4 and a 3, that's sort of running down towards the lower numbers, which can be like more moving towards the essence of what we're talking about. And here the cups, we're talking about emotions, we're talking creativity. The Five of Cups is a card of looking in regret. It has some similarities to the Five of Swords, but here it's more at looking at what you've lost while ignoring what you still have, or looking at what isn't good while ignoring the much better things. We see here, we have the three cups tipped over that are in the figure's focus. and the 2 cups that are standing up, so that here, even if there's maybe more to regret than there is to enjoy, what there is to enjoy is still important, and it's something that you can gain a lot by focusing on. Moving on from the 5 of Cups to the 4 of Cups, we have a card here that's very much to do with rest, reflection, regeneration, suggesting that, like, even as we look from the negative to the positive and let these changes happen, we also need to take some time for ourselves. It doesn't have to all be about outside things and other people. We can take the time to develop what we want. We can also take the time to just enjoy and to wait and just be in our own stillness. Although in the scheme of the other cards, it's certainly not all a week of stillness. If we want to, there's a lot we can do. And then finally, we come to the 3 of Cups, which is a card of friendship, teamwork, getting together with other supportive people. And I would say these 3 give us a lovely progression here from these regrets and not looking at what we have, through to focusing inward, to finally connecting with those around us and those that we chose around us as well. The 3 of Cups is very much a card of genuine friendships, not of forced associations. This has given us a lot to think about this week, and a very positive set of forces working for us. Let's just finish by taking one card to see if there's any other messages the cards have for us. Here we have the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man to some people is another card of waiting, of being still. But we also see, as the Hanged Man is traditionally drawn, we have somebody in the unconventional overturned position, hanging from one leg with the other bent. Not hung like you would expect, and not hung like somebody who's being punished, but very much an overturning of how we would expect things to be. We also see the glow behind the Hanged Man's head, suggesting that this is an overturning, and it's also a rebirth. It's a moving on to new things. And I think this is the message the cards have for us in all of this big framework they have this week. This is a time to move on and really do what we want and be who we want to be. It's a time of becoming, it's a time of overcoming, and it's a time of achieving. I hope you found this reading useful. I know I have. And if you'd like any further insight or clarification, I offer readings both in person and online through tarotbydylan.com, which you can find linked in the description. I'd also encourage you to visit Moon and Sun Emporium, where we offer all kinds of wonderful witchy things created by Sarah and things curated by her. And I'd also encourage you to follow us on social media, which you can find linked through the website as well. Thank you, it's been really fun reading for you.